Hello friends, and welcome back for another episode of 6x6 Fix with Crafty Meggie and myself. Today I'm using my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of September, which includes the Dear Lizzy 6x6 paper pad, which has some unusual types of cut-aparts in it, so I thought I would show you guys how I'm going to try to use those today on this layout of a singular photo of myself. So I'm going to start off by pulling out these cut-aparts and starting to cut them apart. Now, I never owned the 12x12 version of these papers, but I'd imagine that they were supposed to be 4x6 cut-aparts, and then in the smaller version they were just, really small ones, 2x3 instead. So what I end up doing is kind of making them these little tiles and just trying to fit them around my photo. Now I wasn't sure if I wanted a band of the tile pieces or if I wanted them sort of caressing the photo on either side, or if I wanted a strip of them like this. And I also have that beautiful floral paper in the background, which is from the DCWV watering can paper pad, which is my kit this month as well. And here I'm just trying to narrow down the colors. I really like the yellow, the pink, the cream color, and then the light sage green. And I really like the yellow because of my shirt in the photo, as well as the background colors really work well with these four elements. So then I decided I don't really need a full 12x12 for this layout. I could do 8.5x11. It's just a story about me working from home and don't need anything else really here. Just a little bit of room. Now I did think that I actually cut this a little bit crooked, so you'll see me trim it down quite a few times, and with that I lost some of the actual height for this and ended up wanting to mat it on something else just so I could have a nice clean edge. And just trimming them down helps. I know sometimes it seems like you could really mess things up by cutting something wrong, but there's always a way you can fix it. Always is. So never give up hope as you try to work through these kind of projects. And here I'm trying to figure out the spacing yet again as to why it looks crooked and as to why all the spacing is incorrect. But I end up just committing to it once everything looks decent. And again, I really do like those four tiles that I picked out, and 4 will be the perfect space across the bottom of the layout here where my embellishments and title can rest without being on top of that busy background. So I did also plan on using a ton out of this sticker book. This is my Jen Hadfield sticker book, so whenever I pull out my sticker book to use it, what I end up doing is grabbing all the stickers and sticking them to the side of a washi tape, because they tend to be a good holder and not taking up too much room on my desk. Here I'm trying to take out those little cut apart pieces from the inside of the butterfly wings just to get those out of the way now instead of later when I actually go to use it. I also pull out one of these little bust stickers and put that on the far right. I really like that it's a baby pink, so it kind of helps bring in the color scheme on the left hand side of this tile block that I made with the 4-piece cut apart from the 6x6 paper pad. And as I pull out pieces, I'm trying to stick within the color scheme and within the kind of theme that's going on here, which is this beautiful springtime floral theme, which I think the background paper does a lot of the work that would normally be needed on a layout like this. It just adds so much without me having to do much of anything, which is my type of layout if you ask me. Now don't forget to check out Crafty Meggie, link down below. I also want to tell you guys that this upcoming weekend I am hosting a Patreon party. Any one of my patron tiers can join in. We're having a weekend scrap party. If you guys are interested, my Patreon link will be down below. We are celebrating my 2-year Patreon anniversary, which I can hardly believe, and we'd love to have you guys join in as well. So be sure to check out that link down below to learn some more information. And as I go forth with this layout, be sure to also check out, when you're done, Crafty Meggie's video, which will be linked down below as well. So while I was blabbering on, I ended up doing one of these cute little tear outs at the top of my layout and putting the little pink tile there because I subbed it out at the bottom for another tile. So here, as I start gluing things down, you'll see some things shift around from where I originally had them laying. And I also realized there's still another crooked side. And if you guys heard me talk about this in my kit or in my Patreon behind the scenes vlogs, this background paper terrifies me. The back of it is just these weird little faces made out of like children's crayons, and I'm sure there's a way you could use it, but that will never be in my scrapbooks. It's just a little bit alarming to me. And here's where I end up using that blue tile to substitute in for the pink one that I used for that little tear section at the top, which I think is super duper cute and just a nice little way to add something without adding too much, and also add in some texture without getting too crazy. Now I will say, Christy's Beautiful Life definitely got me on the tear wagon. I've been tearing up papers like nobody's business these last few months, and I adore her videos, so definitely check her out if you haven't already. And now, because this is a Katelyn layout, it has to have some washi tape on it. I end up going with a pink diagonal stripe and a light blue, sort of green, geometric pattern. Now, as I start working through the embellishing, I do think that I want to add a little bit more stuff. So we have a busy background, but that doesn't mean you can't get crazy with mixed media. So I pull out some Shimmers products, and I pull out a yellow and a cream, and I end up going with the cream, and it's sort of like a marshmallow consistency. It's not a modeling paste, it's lighter, it's kind of transparent, at least this particular color is. These creamies are very just that creamy. They're almost like marshmallow without the stickiness. You know, it's light and fluffy and creamy. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory. So these pasties are from Shimmers. I'm not sure they have this color anymore, but I will have Shimmers linked down below, as well as the other products featured in this video in case you guys are interested in purchasing them. You can use my affiliate links to help support my channel. And I'm just going to put this through an old stencil. This is from Buttercream Luxe, which was a line at Joann's a few years ago. And since this is sort of a cream, transparent, it's really just adding texture. I didn't really need the pattern of a stencil, but I do really like the look of some additional flowers that aren't flat to this layout. It adds just a little something. And here I add some sticky notes to the edge so I make sure I don't get any of the paste onto the frame of that craft paper. And then when I let it dry, you can kind of see it does fade into the background, but it is much easier to see in person, and you'll also see it at the close-ups at the end. Because it's more of a texture thing, not necessarily a pattern or a color addition, I just wanted additional texture without necessarily overpowering or taking over the background paper. So it's a really, really crazy kind of thing to think about because it doesn't really add too much visually to the layout in terms of color or pattern, but the texture is just something that works super, super well. So now I'm going back to the 6x6 paper pad, which is the focus of this video, and adding a layer around my photo. And if you guys haven't checked out my channel before, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe. I do currently have a mixed media series going on, so if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. But right now I want to finish my cluster in the top left before I get too crazy. And I end up pulling some of the stickers I had set aside from the Jen Hadfield sticker book and sort of compiling them up there. We've got a little floral cluster, the butterfly, and a feather to add a little pop of color. And I just go through the rest of my kit, my jelly bean soup stickers. I go through some more of the Jen Hadfield, and then I start working on my title. Now I didn't have my heart set on a particular font, but when I came across these thickers, which I've had for a little bit now and still hadn't used, I thought they'd be perfect. I like the addition of the gold because of the gold in the sticker elements that I've been adding. So once I get all of those glued down, I end up going with the gold script alphabet, which I hadn't used before, and start writing out my title. So the placement was a little bit funky here, and because of that, you'll see I end up supplementing those empty spots with more stickers. I am a stickeraholic, and if you guys know anyone who loves sticker books, please let me know. I'm always looking for more inspiration for my sticker book habit. And here's where I end up putting the words happy-go-lucky. And I'm looking for a sticker to fill in the top right corner as well as the bottom left corner of that title area because it's a little bit too much plain color for me. Maybe I should have embossed those little 6x6 tile pieces before I had pasted them down. That would have been a cool idea. But for now, we're going in with the sticker book, adding a bunch more stickers just to fill in that space. And luckily I find another, sort of like a callback piece at the top left. I have a butterfly and floral. And I'll eventually find in the sticker book, towards the front actually, I find a flower and butterfly combo that can fit perfectly in that mint square box right there. And it does have that extra hint of gold, which works perfect for the rest of this page because of the gold accents in the title and other stickers. And then I add a few daisies in the bottom left for some extra stickerage. But with that, that is almost the end of the layout. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me pull in some stickers, pull in some 6x6 cut-aparts, Whatever it might be, there's always a fun way to use your supplies and think about them a little bit differently. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Maggie's video, linked down below as always. I'll also have resources for ways you can take action to help all of the things that are going on in the world. And I'll also have the information for the scrap party in case you want to come join us over on Patreon next weekend. But thank you so much for watching. Kind of see that texture here from the modeling paste. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!